Hi there, I'm Casey Relaine, and thank you for tuning in today. I wanted to talk to you about how to find balance in living a fasting focused life. I'm by no means an expert. I don't have the answers to everything, but I have now been on this journey for a little over a year. And I've also been a trainer and nutritional therapist for 5 years. So I've got to see the ups and downs of both my clients and myself as we've went through this learning process, because we are always learning, especially in the field of health and wellness, and studies constantly show us new things. So it's important to keep educating yourself so that you can be in the current best advice and follow it. So first, I want to just point out the fact that when you're choosing to live a fasting focused life, you have to throw out the mentality that you're going to get there in a month or in a week and it's just going to be really quick and easy. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's a full life change. So it's not just a diet that we're going to try out for 4 weeks and get some results and talk about it and then go back on our normal way of living. We're going to completely change everything we do. And so it really means that we have to take a step back and look at the whole picture. We're not just looking at my current symptoms in my personal health. We're looking at everything that affects my whole body and life. And so basically, I want you to think about it mentally like a teeter-totter, okay? On one side of your teeter-totter is going to sit stressors. On the other side is going to sit positive energies and deposits that you can make into your health. So let's talk about the stressor side. We all have stressors, and they vary depending upon the week, the month, the day, what's going on, what schedule you have going on, what unexpected things happen in your life. So some of the things that are stressors that really can get people in a bad place health-wise, going through a death in the family, a divorce, a disease, trauma, whether it's physical or mental, work-related stresses, financial stress, physical inactivity causes stress. Substance abuse. Those are just a few of the main stressors that you and I face all the time. And so we have to think about our bodies and our total health like a bank account. And whether you're breathing something, eating something, touching it, whatever, it's doing one of two things. Either it's withdrawing from your account, or it's going to deposit into your account and give you a positive benefit. So let's talk about the things that we can do that will undo these stressors. So rest is huge. Obviously, getting your sleep and making that a priority, that you try to get your sleep in check, is huge. Next to that, fasting, balancing your fasting and your refeeds. So making sure that if you're having a time of fasting, that when you go back for the refeed, you don't just fast for the sake of, now I can pig out and eat all the crap that I used to. It's now I'm going to refeed my body with nutrients that will fill my cells with health. The other idea is grounding, or earthing. Going out and actually walking barefoot or touching your hands down into a natural surface. This has been a more recent studied thing, and it's amazing the benefits that you get, because especially now that we are just bombarded with technology and EMFs all the time, going out and grounding will actually help reduce a lot of those EMF effects. So I really recommend it. It's recommended to do like 20 minutes a day. So maybe you've never done it. Maybe you think it's a little bit whack, but I'm telling you, there's some awesome studies. And I will link one of the videos down in the comments so you can check it out yourself. But give it a try. Maybe even just saying, like, I'm going to start, and one of my New Year's resolutions will be that once a week, I'm going to make sure that I do grounding for 20 minutes. See what changes. Another one is, your exercise. So your physical activity. And this, honestly, you guys, it's not like there's one type of physical activity that's just the best. It's what kind of physical activity you're going to be consistent with doing and that your body is going to enjoy. So if you like to cycle, go cycle. If you're into yoga, do that. Hiking, biking, weightlifting. I don't care what your niche is. Try it all. Just get outside, go to the gym, do something where you're getting to experience all these types of exercise and find out what you like best. Aside from that, you can work on cleansing practices. So a couple that I want to point out. One is oil pulling. If you've never tried oil pulling, you got to give it a try. It's really simple, and what it does is absolutely amazing. So Coconut oil, you take pure organic coconut oil, tablespoon of it, put it in your mouth first thing in the morning, because when we wake up, we are in our most acidic state. Because we've been laying still, our body has not had a lot of circulation happening, and you've had all this autophagy starting to take effect because you've been fasting. So your body really needs to clean house and get everything up and running. So a lot of our toxins sit in our saliva. So when we swish with this oil, you put the tablespoon in your mouth, you swish it around, set a timer for 20 minutes. So to understand what's happening in there, in your first 10 minutes, your body's literally pulling all of the toxins, bacteria, crap from your mouth and saliva, and it's just collecting into that coconut oil. If you continue past that 10-minute mark, your body will actually go even deeper into your system and pull out toxins. And you can get all kinds of toxins out of your system really quickly by doing this. And so I recommend, if you haven't ever done this, try to do it again once a week, at least once a week for 20 minutes, maybe on your weekend. Get up, swish with this oil. When you're all done, spit it in the trash. Don't spit it down the sink because it will harden and affect your pipes. But it's an awesome practice. If you want to look into more on that, do some research. It's amazing. The other one that I'm a huge fan of is detox baths. I just took one today. So you get your tub, you fill it full of the hottest water that you can handle, and you want to put 1 to 2 cups of pure Epsom salt and then 1 cup of baking soda. And this will draw toxins out of your body because you're going to start sweating. And it's going to detox a ton. But while you're also letting out toxins, the beauty of Epsom salt is when it's in warm water like that and your pores all open up, it just receives all of that magnesium, and it's phenomenal for your health. So it's one of the quickest ways to get your magnesium up in your body and reduce pain. So give that a try. And then you want tools for accountability, because if we don't have accountability, chances are somewhere along the line, you're either going to lose motivation or you're going to just decide, I can't do this anymore, or why am I even doing this? So a couple of things that I recommend: a fasting app. Having something where you can actually see your numbers and you're counting and you're trying to go towards this. Maybe your first goal is, I just want to do a 24. I've never even fasted before. I need to do something. So set your timer for 24 hours. I use Fasting Time. There's a million apps, Zero. There's all these different apps on there. So find one that works with your phone, and you shouldn't have to pay for it. You should be able to find one for free, and you can keep track of your weight and your progress and start seeing a trend of what's happening as you fast. Another one is joining my Facebook group, Fasting with Friends. I understand a lot of people are not into Facebook, and I totally get that. But even if you just wanted to join for the fact of the group alone, it's a private group. Nobody else would even know you're in it except for people in the group. And it's a really good way where you can connect with another person that already has this mindset, and they're going, I want to do this. I want to live a fasting focused life, but my family's not doing this. My friends aren't doing this. I need a buddy. So it'll give you a buddy if you join the Fasting with Friends group. It'll help. And then quarterly, we do group fasts, like all of us at once. And that's kind of fun to be a part of it. The other one is the scale, body fat and measurements. Those will keep you accountable, because they're going to keep you seeing those numbers and saying, am I staying the same? Am I going up, or am I going down? We want to either be maintaining if we're at a healthy, good weight, or else we want to see that trend of the constant going down. And if you're not sure what fasting protocol is right for you, try them out. Again, check out my other videos, because there's all types of fasting, you guys. Maybe you're not ready to be a hardcore snake dieter, but maybe you're like, I'm willing to do something and I want to check out intermittent fasting. Awesome. Any type of fasting is better than no fasting. So I am just happy that you're checking this out. I really hope that you can figure out a way to find balance in your own life. And I wanted to share a personal story. So after we did our group fast this last week, I did a 72. And during that 72, that was actually my first longest fast, you guys. And I'm just being honest, because when I started out with this, I did 24s. I worked to 36s, worked to 48s, finally wanted to go for a 72, and I only made it to 60 hours. Then I started throwing up and had all these side effects. I've now done my first 72, and I felt amazing. So it's one of those things that sometimes it takes a little time for you to get up to the point of being able to do that. So don't kick yourself if you jump on board and you're like, I'm going to do a 72 and you make it 24 hours. Don't kick yourself. You started. You're going to try for more next time. Try for 25 hours next time. Just try to do better each time and try to work yourself up to that 72. Some of you are already going beyond that, and I'm so proud of you. It's amazing to see all of these things. I've heard from 2 different people this week, one male and one female, that in 1 week time, they've lost 15 pounds. You guys, this works. It's incredible. And it's so exciting when you start something and you're having intention with it and you see results. If you're not seeing results, you're going to stop. So keep yourself on a path of a fasting focused lifestyle, and you will continue to see results. And there's so much more than just what you see on the scale, you guys. Everything from your energy to your whole system working better. You're going to just love it. So try it out. I just encourage you, no matter where you're at, to do this. Start today, start tomorrow. You won't regret it. So in terms of that, so after I get done with my 72, we actually, the day that I finished my 72, we were on an RV trip, and I had to prepare, you guys. I had to go to the store. I had to get all the food ingredients for what we were going to be taking, because I make all the food that we take over on our trips. And I had to prepare it all without eating a single bite. And let me tell you, it's hard when you're in a kitchen cooking over really good smelling food and going, I'm not going to do it. But I had a purpose. I had an intention, and I wanted to meet it, and I did. So I ended up using my kids as guinea pigs, and I said, all right, come taste this. Does this taste okay? And they were cool with it. They said, yeah, Mom, it's good. And so sure enough, we get there first night. And so my first night, I went ahead and we broke our fast with our first meal and just had like an OMAD. Felt amazing. The next day we got up. I didn't have my scale with me there. I'm not so obsessive that I'm going to bring my scale, because an RV is already small, so I don't need to bring excess stuff. But I just decided, we're on this trip. It's a 3-day trip. I'm going to live a little, and then I'm going to get right back to my fasting. So the next day we ended up doing intermittent fasting. So I fasted for, I think it was 18 hours my next day. And I did a 6-hour window for eating. So I ended up eating two meals, broke up my calories between 2 meals. And then the next day, same thing, broke up my calories, 2 meals, did intermittent fasting. The next day we came home. Of course, I'm excited / nervous to get on the scale, because I really did feel like, as much snowboarding as I did and as much hiking and exercise as I did, I thought there's probably no way I'm really up at all. And the thing that was so awesome is, after doing this and being gone for 3 days and really enjoying myself, like, I had a great time. I even had a couple beers. And I got home and I was literally 2 ounces less than I was at the end of my 72. And technically I weighed in at I think it was 68 hours that I weighed in before we left. And I was at 125. I was right at 125 and a couple less ounces. So all this to say, if you use the scale feedback system where you go, okay, this is my weight that I want to keep at is 125. And then I go and eat that day. The next day, until my weight gets back to 125, I'm not going to eat. So I might have to do a 24 or a 36 to get back there, but that's what I do. And then I get right back. And the thing that was awesome too is, when you get yourself fat adapted, you can have a little experiment with carbs and come right back and be in ketosis the next day. Within 12 hours, I was back in ketosis. So when you get your body in the right place, it responds well. And so I just wanted to talk about that, because I can't be on a plan lifelong that never allows me to enjoy things like a glass of wine or a coffee or beer or a piece of cake or ice cream or pizza. I will never be on a diet that I can never have those things, because anytime that we say you're never going to have this again, I'm never going to do that again, that's when temptation comes. That's when we are like, more than ever. It's kind of like when somebody says, don't look at that or don't do that. You almost instantly do it, because it's like this reverse psychology thing. So just be intentional, make a plan for fasting, and find a way to keep balance in it, so you can still enjoy your life, and use tools like the scale, like your measurements, like your body fat. If your body fat's going up and the scale's staying the same, yeah, your muscles are turning into fat. Not a good thing. So you're not being disciplined. So it's all about the long-term discipline and finding ways that you can stay accountable and keep yourself on this path. Thank you so much for checking this out. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I'll keep making you guys more videos. Have an excellent day.